Although the rain persists, we all persevere. Between Boynton Beach and Boca Raton sits the 5th league stop on the AVP. At the Delray Beach Tennis Center, we eclipse the midway point, the second half, to secure your spot or let your chances of a championship dwindle. Amidst the drizzle, the New York Nitro taking on the Miami Mayhem in this 1 versus 2 battle in league standings. Kelly Cheng, Sara Hughes, Taylor Crabb, and Taylor Sander. The ladies have remained unbeaten through the first 4 weeks of league play. However, in this first-time matchup, they will have to face off against Alix, Klineman, and April Ross from the Miami Mayhem. And oh yeah, the brothers are on the sand. It's time for a crab boil. You know it's coming your direction as you see the league standings through the first half, the New York Nitro and the Miami Mayhem in this 1v2 battle. The Austin Aces, Dallas Dream just below them, both tied at that 3rd place spot. The Palm Beach Passion will be in action this weekend, as well as the Brooklyn Blaze sitting at 2 and 6. It's time for them to take a jump. Well, let's see what is in store for this week 5 on the AVP. The New York Nitro and Miami Mayhem, your first matchup of the day. Next up will be the Brooklyn Blaze, as well as the Palm Beach Passion. Hi everyone, Cameron Irwin alongside Rich Lamborn, and a little bit of a drizzle, but these teams continue to be persistent and get on this sand. What are you most excited about in this matchup? It's something we haven't seen before, the A team versus a very solid opponent in Sara and Kelly.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned that they are undefeated, Kelly and Sara, so they are looking to stay that way, keep their team atop the standings. But we saw the A team put in a tremendous performance win against the silver medalists from Canada and the Palm Beach Passion, so they can bring it when the game is very, very important and their opponent is very strong, and that is certainly the case here. And
we have seen the A team improve throughout league play, but it's time now to get to Mark Sherman and meet all 4 of our participants in this first matchup. All right, Mark Sherman, take it away. Pretty wild to imagine that these 2 teams have not faced off in this combination. Obviously, as opponents and with different matchups, that's been the case. But now a chance to see Kelly Cheng, Sara Hughes take on the Olympic gold medalist duo of the A team. New York Nitro have not dropped a set yet. First serve from Sara Hughes. Ross continues to get better and better through league play, the 3-time Olympic medalist.
Yeah, there's nothing she hasn't accomplished in this sport, and you know, I mean, both of these ladies, of course, coming off of giving birth to their first children, just rounding themselves kind of more and more into shape each time we see them. One of the hallmarks of this squad right here, right? The big block of Alix Klineman shutting down the slither line attempt. Great handwork.
Klineman and Ross 2-2 through play. There's the big block of Alix Klineman once again, the product of Stanford.
Lift called, can't get the ball too close to the net. Alix is up there patrolling. You see that is trouble. She's way over the net.
Sets played to just 15 points. Quick race. Target is Kelly Cheng. Off the high hands. What a shot.
Yeah, really, really nice adjustment. Kind of tried to go low line, got that stopped, got the set a little tight, got that stopped. She goes high hands for the winner. Really good swing. Yeah, 3-0 feels like a much bigger deficit when you only have a game to 15, doesn't it?
There's no question about it. Can you overcome? And Alix Klineman, the quick shot to the line.
Yeah, that was smooth. Just rolling nice AVP to the corner over the retreating Kelly Cheng. Oh, look, good timing from Kelly on the kind of the tactical drop, looking for the short shot.
Klineman attacking the middle off the serve. What a cut out of the middle.
Yeah, really great shot. April was sliding that way defensively, but Sara Hughes able to beat her with a little baby line.
A handful of teams have found sets where they have challenged Kelly and Sara, but no one has taken one from them. A handful of them just getting it within that last final 2 points. But they've been very clutch throughout the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, the New York Nitro as a squad have been very solid. Taylor and Taylor just dropping one match. Otherwise, clean sweep for the Nitro.
From one Olympic duo to the next, shoved down, Kelly Cheng.
This is a battle of serving. We know about the serving exploits of the A-team, of course, the jump serve of April Ross, and of course that high trajectory floater from Alix. Right now, Sara Hughes doing some work at the line.
April Ross from the right. Sand rather compact. We had a bit of a rainstorm come in for about the past hour and a half just before first serve. How does that affect play?
Well, we have seen this throughout the league, right? We're in these great tennis centers and kind of indoor arenas, and as such, we get the sandbox type of a setup, right? And it's pretty packed, it's pretty physical out there because the sand is jumpy. And I think when the rain comes, it packs down the sand even more. It makes it more so that way.
Caught up with Sara Hughes in the elevator coming down as the rain started to fall in the from the hotel, and that was the first thing she remarked on. She goes, man, it's already hard packed. This thing is going to play like cement.
Hopefully it's not quite that stringent on the joints.
5 apiece here. Open net. And somebody just took one off the head, off the dome.
I'm always fascinated when people sit courtside and then don't pay attention to the ball in play.
Like, sir, you are in the danger zone.
Yeah, you are going to get a wake-up call, and you might not like it.
Mayhem hanging on to their lead.
I'm interested to see what Kelly and Sara do here because they scored a couple on Alix, got a hitting error and kind of a tight pass. And then the last 2 times they went to April, she sided out with relative ease. So that's, you know, those are the kind of things, especially in the shortened sets, that you've really got to pay attention to game management-wise.
Continuing to attack the middle here. So far, trading side outs after that, about that 5-point mark.
Yeah, that's maybe a little bit of an asterisk to what I was saying before about which player you serve. If your game plan is to attack the middle, yeah, sometimes it, you know, kind of floats to the player you weren't trying to hit, but that's part of the game. Ooh, there it is.
The first
Speaking of the middle.
You knew it was coming. There's the serving prowess of April Ross. One of the best servers to play the game. Side switch at 8. As you take a look to the AVP League format, this is the inaugural league, week number 5. It's a best of 3 sets in each of these team competitions. Sets played to just 15 points, just 1 timeout per team, per set. And it's all based off of your season standings on the win percentage. Just a handful of chances to find yourself in the AVP League Championships. Actually, just 8 total matches per team left to be able to pick up some team points. Nice overhead dig from Ross. Scooped and sent to the right side.
What a play that was on both sides. Tremendous overhand dig from April Ross at the beginning, and then how about that crash diving dig from Sara Hughes? Great set as well. It's the put away. Little footnote on the rules, we just recently switched to just the 1 side change per set, right? At first team to 8 points. We'll take a side change. That just happened. There's another ace serve.
And on the
Nitro.
On the opposite side, so do you think the 1 side switch is going to be really that different instead of every 5? How will that change?
I think it keeps play rolling a little bit more consistently.
Nice scoop with the left hand. Once more, here's Hughes. Klineman, right over the top.
That's what Kelly Cheng would like to have back, I think. As good as the set was to her partner on the previous defensive effort, this one wasn't quite where she wanted it after a great overhand dig on the wide open net.
Handful of aces and a handful of errors to get this started.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate a little bit, it looks like. April's pretty dialed in with that jumper, but Alix is a little bit hit or miss from the line right now.
First week of play for this duo for Klineman and Ross. Klineman actually had 4 aces, 3 service errors in 4 sets played. The second week that they had action, she struggled from the service line, only coming away with 2 aces and a handful more errors. April Ross, surgical.
Knuckle pokey back to the line. Such a good shot again. Sara Hughes in great position moving towards that shot, but the depth is what is able to beat the defense there. So important to vary that depth on your shots.
Ross already with 1 ace right up the middle. Now from the opposite side. Ooh, little unsure of the footing, had to go off 1. Toss got away. Great first contact. Now we've seen physicality play out in league play. With April Ross's serve, you can imagine she wants to find that at any given opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's obviously not something we're going to see on any stat sheet, but the fact that she kept that serve in, obviously that toss got away from her a little bit, and to go off 1 leg and still put the serve on your opponent, pretty impressive there from April.
Error from Cheng. Cheng and Hughes thus far have played the Brooklyn Blaze, the Los Angeles Launch, the San Diego Smash, and the Dallas Dream. Picking up 2-0 wins. Another crush out of the middle. They're forcing Cheng right through the middle.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those plays, again, you don't see it on a stat sheet anywhere, but the set really makes that play. Good serve off the top of the tape, kind of forces a less than perfect pass. Sara Hughes cleaning it up with that set.
Trying to go off 1 foot, no good for Alix Klineman.
Another thing related to just the 1 timeout per team per set is there's not a lot of opportunity to consult with your coach if you have a coach in your box to kind of adjust tactics if you feel as though you need to. There's another kind of situation where the Nitro got a point off of Alix Klineman. They've spent some time going at April. She's been pretty lights out, so I'll be curious in between sets if that's kind of where they stay.
Over the top, but I believe there's going to be a net violation called on herself, actually. She just walked away from the net immediately. That's Kelly Cheng. Oh, and actually, interesting. On the say it once more. Saw a little net violation there from Alix Klineman. Was it first or was it second?
Yeah, I didn't see the one from Kelly. Maybe I missed it.
She was at the bottom of the net.
That just proves that Alix is a Jedi on some level. It was not me who netted.
1 point advantage now to the Nitro. And that is an ace. Just slick off the platform.
Yeah, it did. That's exactly what it looked like, isn't it? It just kind of slid right off the platform. Maybe the ball's a little damp.
We mentioned the rain coming down for about the last hour and a half. The sand is compacted, and it is humid, to say the least. Still well over 80 degrees here. But what a response. The Florida fans in full effect here at the Delray Beach Tennis Center. Of course, we are thinking of all those in Florida affected by the hurricanes over the past several weeks, and actually a portion of the proceeds from this event will be donated by the AVP to the hurricane relief. Several of our own AVP athletes affected by the storms. Think of Nick Lucena here in Florida, as well as Phil Dahlhauser, Kim Hildreth in the mix.
We're pretty fortunate in the southern part of the state here, but yeah, very unfortunately, the more northern regions not quite so fortunate.
I love the dedication to the AVP here, as our Florida fans have shown up. Ponchos and all.
Yeah, I mean, this is just another Saturday if you live in South Florida. I think the humidity, the kind of intermittent rain, you're used to it. We're prissy people from Southern California. You know, there's the hint of a drizzle, we might shut down the rest of the week.
This is it's nice to get back outside. The last two events have been indoor events on the league. We're in San Diego, then in Austin.
Austin was an amazing event, but I forgot my bubble goose down jacket for the temperature indoors. We're on top of the ice there in the arena.
And a much needed side out for the Miami Mayhem. Talk about some clutch play.
Yeah, that was another good short shot again. Sara Hughes in the right quadrant, so to speak, but the trajectory of that cut shot really, really good from Alix.
Where do you go
Still
here?
a set point though, right?
I was gonna say, where do you go?
I mean, they've been hammering the middle. I like her just beating that right through the middle. It goes to Cheng.
For the set, and it belongs to the New York Nitro. They remain unbeaten thus far. There is still a chance, though, for the Miami Mayhem to secure the second and the third set. The A-team looking to respond here after dropping set one. The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
Nice out here. Watch out for that top. Yeah, careful. How about a little magic, huh?
Welcome back to the Delray Beach Tennis Center that has now turned into a giant sandbox like we like to do here on the AVP League. The A-team dropped set number one to the New York Nitro. They still remain flawless. That's Sara Hughes and Kelly Cheng. Jordan Cheng, the coach for them in the box. A little dizzy back for you. They're just churning up the sand. You know what I'm talking about?
I respect that guy, though, for playing the game the right way. Too often we see people spinning with the bat attached to their head rather than spinning around the bat anchored in the sand. So
all right, well, you're talking about form. Let's see if we can get it dialed in for you. See, secured in the sand.
And Oh, wow.
I don't think I could have even gone that long. That's like, what, 5 seconds?
That was nice work by our camera guys, too. We cut it off right before he hit the deck. So dignity still intact for that gentleman.
So just a 2-point win in set number 1 for the New York Nitro. What's the adjustment here for the A-team?
Yeah, I think they just have to tighten things up a little bit on their side. They had a little bit of loose service reception at a couple points, and that's really all it was, because there were flashes of greatness as well for them. Great from the service line, excuse me, especially April.
They continue to look to the middle. Heavy swing right through the wickets.
It looked like Alix was maybe looking a little shot there, kind of delayed her jump just a touch. Kelly beat her with a little speed.
Talk about the margins, and we've seen so many of these sets won by just 2 or 3 points, with them being condensed to 15. As that is sent back by Kelly Cheng, but thus far the average margin in each set has been about 3.8 points, so they have definitely reduced that. So it's really, every point matters in these matchups.
3.8.
Yeah. Hey, it's an average. It's actually 3.83, but
okay.
I wasn't going to look too nerdy.
A lot of people say 1 point at a time. You'd like to play in 0.83 points at a time.
That's the money ball in me. What a shot!
Yeah.
That's the Klineman angle.
That's right. I like that little pushback. You swap my cut shot, I'll show you what I'm capable of.
Klineman currently at the top of the list in terms of her efficiency, hitting 449. And one more block to the mix.
Yeah, that's what we saw in set 1 that got the Mayhem out in front. A little bit of tight passing, and Alix doing a really nice job of cleaning up all the mistakes. Anything that gets a little too close to the net, she's deadly up there.
That's Klineman's 3rd block in this matchup.
That's kind of been the Achilles heel, though, however, is sustaining that service pressure. A little bit up and down when Klineman's back at the line.
Letting him off the hook, the New York Nitro. Sara Hughes moves to her right. Little fake. Oh, she had the touch.
Yeah, that was a little bit awkward. I think she kind of landed right when that ball was there for her to play. Again, have a look. Yeah, just kind of interrupted the footwork just enough. Such a difficult move to make the jump and then try and turn and go, find the ball.
Perfect pass from Klineman. My goodness, that is just a different contact point.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I mean, that's why we talk so much about the service reception, right? If that's dialed, particularly for Alix, what are you going to do to stop that? That's straight over the top of the block, easily in the corner.
Do you just double down, block and defense in the same position?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's certainly an option, but
not a good one.
Yeah, you have to apply that pressure from the service line, right? So you hope that she doesn't pass the ball perfectly. It's a nice option play from Kelly as that ball is getting close.
We haven't seen that as often in this matchup. Kelly Cheng notorious for it. Hughes stays steady, gets the touch.
Wow.
On 2, April Ross finds the open court.
Yeah, tremendous effort just to keep that alive from the side of Kelly Cheng and Sara Hughes, but good poise, composure from the A-team, as you would expect.
To the A-team's credit, too, we've talked about their improvement through league play. They actually were wild-carded into the league itself for the Miami Mayhem. As April Ross gets a touch off of that, but just not quite enough. But they have picked up 2 wins thus far.
There's a little bit of a theme in this match is the baby shots, baby lines, baby cuts. Doing a good job, everybody, of eluding defenders with those short shots.
Klineman with an open net, scooped by Hughes. How about that arm angle? She dropped that thing down to her hip.
She dropped it like it was hot, Cam. Little knuckle poke. You gotta start low, finish high to get up over the big block of Alix Klineman. Push to the corner. Yeah, the read defensively though was what did it for me. Just slid right into the middle, the wide open net, scooped that ball from Klineman.
Ross stealing that one out of the middle. The Mayhem trying to sneak one again. The side switch is at 8.
I love to nitpick this, but I think it is valid that when you score on one player, you've got to stay on that player. I understand that they're trying to serve middle balls and all that stuff, but when you're scoring, you got to kind of stay with your advantage as best you can.
That's the first time Hughes has been dug, but here's the scramble.
How about this? And they get it, Cam. Are you kidding me? I don't even know what that was from Kelly Cheng. She's already on her hands and knees.
How about this? The Wilson volleyball play of the day. Scrambling and making something out of nothing. Kelly Cheng to the deep corner. That was just the first time Sara Hughes has really been dug. She had 5 attempts, 5 kills prior to that rally, and an additional 5 digs. Double down defense. Klineman trying to find her feet. And it's seriously just from the top floor.
That was maybe an ill-advised drop. Kind of tactical, looking for the short shot maybe, just kind of, I think right about there she knew she had made a mistake.
Kelly Cheng, one of the best pulling blockers defensively. It's not often you see her get burned like that. Quiet platform for Hughes.
Again, little baby line. It's so good because you see April sliding over there. Alix makes the big move into the angle. April slides over to the line, but what are you going to do about that? Nothing.
That was my question. Whose responsibility is that? Blocker, defender?
Yeah, you need to have a third player out there.
Unfortunately, I don't think that falls within the rules of beach volleyball.
That's not what the alternates are for? We can't get anyone out
I've heard of like 4s, but never 3s. Quick last 2 steps in the late pull. We've seen this as a tactic against April Ross several times.
I think
it is your time. This is the point of the night and the weekend where we meet our
A timeout called by the A-team. Nitro going for a 10-0 in sets, but the A-team have a lot to celebrate. You mentioned that both of them having their first kids after their gold medal trip. Well, they also both got married within just a few weeks of each other this past summer. It's fantastic to see as April Ross's photos even ended up on People magazine. And her little one in the mix as well, so congratulations to 2 of them. Both of them attended each other's weddings, and I'm not gonna lie, Klineman's wedding looked spectacular. They got a chance to go to Europe and celebrate. It's so fun having the little ones in the arms too. Baby Theo in the mix and Teddy Purcell, her husband. So congratulations to both of these moms and wives.
Yeah, those are modern weddings where you have your kid in attendance with you at your nuptials.
Hey,
I like
you know
it.
what? They had some business to take care of, aka winning gold in Tokyo.
Indeed, indeed.
Both of them fantastic moms. And speaking of Olympians, of course, Sara Hughes, Kelly Cheng also most recently playing in the Paris Games. Kelly Cheng, the two-time Olympian, played alongside Sarah Sponsel, and then her second trip was alongside Sara Hughes. And
Current world champions as well.
also true. Three-point deficit for Miami. Good dig. Is it the soft stuff? No! It's all force from Sara Hughes.
Yeah. I'd just like to point out the control. We're just going to see the tail end of it where she just face angle. But she lined up that swing and dug it perfectly. I think Kelly Cheng just turned around, didn't have to budge.
Rolling that, Sara Hughes is right there. Calculated.
Yeah, again, great read, perfect control on the contact. Such a critical piece of being a good defender. You have to make the reads, of course. You have to be in the right spots. But then, how do you control the ball? Do you give yourself opportunities to score? And Sara Hughes putting on a clinic right now at that very thing.
Sara Hughes' numbers are just impressive. She's currently 8 for 10. She's hitting 800, Rich. It's hard to stop that.
It is very difficult to stop that, yeah. That means also no mistakes.
0 mistakes, and she's also had an additional 8 digs. She's averaging 5 digs a set.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
They are just looking smooth and unbeatable right now. They're just a couple points away from remaining unbeaten, not only in matches, but in sets, Cameron.
Short serve. Option. Maybe a little bit more of that.
Well, that's been the challenge, though. You have to credit the serving of Kelly Cheng, Sara Hughes for putting a lot of pressure on the Miami Mayhem because they haven't been kind of their usual selves in the service receive aspect of the game. That kind of starts things off on the wrong foot for you offensively.
Good serve, but a pillow of a platform. Little wrist away to the line.
There's a little look at kind of the jumpiness of this sand. I mean, that's not an angle that we see a lot, even from players as great as Sara Hughes, but that was something special away from the body. Tremendous trajectory and 5 match points.
Is it going to be another dig? Off one hand. Airborne, and she can't find the last contact. That would have been a bump cut.
Yeah, bump cut, dribbler off the tape. So close, but you love the effort. Even up 5 points in this match. There's a never say die attitude on the side of the world champions, of course.
I mean, this duo has been so good. Another match point. And with the service error, the New York Nitro, a perfect 10-0.
Yeah, again, it just comes down to kind of consistency, right? Alix and April did a lot of very good things in that match, but the consistency factor went to the New York Nitro and Kelly Cheng and Sara Hughes. They were just fantastic start to finish in every element of the game, Cam.
There are just 4 pairings that have hit over 500 on the league. They are one of them. Well over 550. Their closing numbers, how about this? It's actually 615 with that last and final. A massive offensive performance from the New York Nitro women. Taylor and Taylor coming up next, and you know, we gotta say crab boil, crab boil, crab boil, because somewhere, someone is having a good time. Yeah, you heard me, crab boil.
That's right, all right, yeah. Dial 9-1 and then just have the other one ready just in case you get poisoning from that drinking game.
But for the A team, they drop yet another match. They now sit at 2-3 on the league as a pairing. They do have a win over Melissa Monoprotis.
I said 4-0. I apologize. It was 3, and then it was very quickly not 3-0. Y'all turned it around real quick. What was that? What was the switch that flipped to turn it around?
Oh gosh, it felt so back and forth. That's such a good team. Respect them so much. Yeah, I think the first was very much back and forth, and I think 1 or 2 digs at the end by Sara, and then the game's over. I think the second, we for sure served tougher, and I think that was a big factor for us.
Yeah, you guys got them in trouble on their serve receive, which is really why you pulled away at the end. Sara, we're into the second half of the league. You're now 8-1. Your boys are about to go out there. How you feeling about the Nitro right now?
We're feeling really good about the Nitro, but I mean, we heard Austin was a good crowd, but we're loving this Florida crowd right now. So thank you everyone for coming out. I know it's been raining, but you are awesome. We really appreciate it. So keep it up. We love you guys.
Well, we love you too. Keep it up. We'll see you tomorrow, I do believe, at 1 o'clock. You are the 1 o'clock match, ladies and gentlemen. Sara Hughes and Kelly Cheng, the New York Nitro, with another win.
So the New York Nitro secure another team win. Coming up next will be the 29th crab boil. Yeah, that's right. We're nearly into the 30s with that duo. But so far, so good for the women from New York. They pick up the first for the Nitro.